Hey guys, Maisie and Stu are going to demonstrate a couple things we want to make sure we have before going on to e-collar training and before naming commands. Those things are making sure we have a marker word with our treats, yes and good, and that we have the leash able to shape behaviors by using pressure and release, and making sure that the dogs can handle a few distractions, building distance, and duration to their command.
Yes. No.
So there's a few aspects with the bed. First, you want to make sure you can send the dog to the bed with the leash, which is pretty much straight line pressure towards the bed. And then we want to make sure that we can almost like puppeteer them to stay with the leash. But first of all, you want to make sure you have taught the word good and charged it. Good should mean room service. We're bringing the treat to them in the position that they're in, and we will reward them right there.
Good.
Simply, if the dog goes to make a mistake, you just use that leash and put them right on the bed, make sure they go into that down, and you continue to reward goods. And we should reward good for every distraction that we put in the picture.
Good.
Next up is the sit. Now, the sit is a pretty simple command. You just simply use leash pressure in a straight line, 90-degree angle, right above their neck, and pressure till they go into a sit. When the head comes up, the butt should drop. And again, we can use those goods to make them continue the behavior, add a little distractions like circling around them and dropping the leash. And don't forget, the word yes will release dogs from their command. So make sure charging that yes happens before you start getting dogs to go into positions and hold commands, because you have to be able to release them too.
Good. 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 Yes.
Now, if the leash pressure puts them into a sit in a 90-degree angle up, then we need to pressure down to get that down command. And simply we'll use our foot, and you kind of do it off to the side a little bit, and wait for them to go into it down. You don't want to force it. Maisie knows it pretty well. And we can challenge the distractions and really build that down as well. I highly suggest teaching the down off of the bed before trying to add that down pressure on the bed.
Yes. Good job. Good. No. Good.
And lastly, we want to make sure that we could create movement and motivation through the word yes and straight line pressure. So pretty much I just give them pressure in a straight line to build that recall, and I mark yes when they move into it. Again, you'll notice we're using yes here rather than goods, because yes is a movement marker. It means the dog can release and move towards you whenever you say that word, and you'll deliver a treat to them, and then they could do whatever they want afterward or continue the training.
Yes. Good girl. Yes.
And just to repeat myself, before naming commands and before using the e-collar, these are all the aspects we want to have, that we can shape commands through the leash, and that we can reward and have a good feedback system through the treats, and that the dog has some stability by building distractions, duration, and distance to each thing that you're doing.